interior design trends ever worth your money? I really want to know how you feel, but in today's video, we're going to chat about the interior design trends that I think are worth your money. Are they timeless? Not necessarily, but they're going to bring so much joy to your space, and they have so many versatile uses that while they may not be timeless, I think you're going to love these things for years to come. So let's get into today's video. So I know what I'm chatting about might be a little bit confusing. You're like, Kiva, it's not timeless, so why would I buy it? That's fair. The cheap person in me also says that's super fair. I'm like clicking away myself. But the reason why I'm making this video is the fact of the matter is we all buy in the trends. We all experience FOMO. So I'm going to chat about these interior design trends that I think, are worth buying into right now and can be tweaked a little bit to work with future design trends so that you aren't wasting your money. Let's get into it. So the first interior design trend that I think you should buy into is the cane bed. So the cane bed is really popular in modern traditional design, in bohemian design, and transitional design. People are loving cane right now, and people have been loving cane for the past 2 or 3 years. It's a really great way to add texture to a space, and it also adds a lot of warmth because cane tends to be a tan color. So it adds a lot of warmth to a space that is otherwise devoid of that. So that's why I love it. But I will say that people find cane really stylistically limiting. And I'm going to say, I don't think that that's true. The reason why I think that cane is something that you should buy into because it provides this really, really unique thing. It allows you to have texture and dimension to a bed that is otherwise wooden. So people love wooden beds and they love them because 1, they've always been popular, but 2, they don't require as much upkeep as an upholstered bed. Upholstered beds are fantastic, slip-covered beds are fantastic, but they get really dusty and they require a lot of upkeep. Either you have to dust them, you have to take off that slip cover, and I'll just say it, who wants to put their bed in the washing machine? Not I. I'd rather just sleep on the floor. So that's why people really, really love wooden beds. But wooden beds could also look really traditional. It's just a piece of wood. It's just a piece of wood. So that's why I really like cane beds, because you get the texture, you get the dimension, but you also get something that is super easy to clean. One of the pitfalls of the cane bed is that it does have that really light color, right? It has that light wood honey color that might not appeal to everyone. It's a color that may not be trendy in the future, which is why you're probably saying this bed isn't timeless. Well, what I'm saying you can do is you can just paint it. You can paint it black. You can paint it to match the wood that the bed is otherwise, right? So you get something with a ton of texture, a ton of character, but you don't have to have that trendy color. So don't entirely write off the cane bed. I've seen black cane, honey cane, brown cane, all different colors of cane. I've even seen pink cane. You can paint your cane any color you want and you can make it timeless in that way. So that's why I think the cane bed is here to stay, and maybe it's something worth investing in because it looks good, it adds a ton of dimension, and it's really easily paintable. The next design trend that I think is worth your money is the jute rug. Now, I know I've talked some smack about the jute rug before. I've talked a lot of smack, but the reason why the jute rug is something you should invest in is because it's easy to clean. It is easy to clean. And a lot of rugs we talk about on this channel, I, throw out my fighting words because they aren't easy to clean. They shed. It's easy to get a stain stuck in there. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in there. It's horrible. We don't want that. I love jute rugs because they're so easy to clean. You only need a vacuum. You can spot clean. You can take it outside with your broom and hit it outside. Like, people might look at you funny, but you're going to get your rug clean. And I love that because a lot of other rugs, you have to ship them off to a carpet cleaner, and then you get all those really good TikTok videos that I love to watch, but it takes a long time and it can get very costly. And the jute rug is timeless because it works in so many different design styles. I know where you saw it first. You saw it first in the farmhouse, farmer's market. You're not at the farmer's market anymore, but you can also use it in your modern traditional space, your modern organic space, your bohemian space, even your contemporary space. Look at that. It is a multifaceted rug, and it's going to work with so many different design styles. So is it trendy now? Yes, but it's trendy now and it's going to be trendy in the future. So maybe we'll just say it's an evergreen product. The jute rug is an evergreen product, and it adds so much texture to a space that I absolutely love. Now, the downside of jute that I feel like people don't know this about jute, it normally only comes in that brown color, and you're like, I don't know if that's for me. I don't know if that's for me. It's screaming too much, like, take me to the barn. I don't want that. Fair, but jute does come in many different colors. So if you get jute that has black detailing or white detailing, it can really elevate that piece. And I've seen rugs with that detailing on those designer websites for $15,000. Let's say no ma'am to that and go to Rugs USA and get it for like $200, but the point still stands. You can benefit from the fact that jute is easy to clean and it adds a ton of texture, but you can keep it really, really affordable, and you're going to be able to use this rug for years to come. The next interior design trend that is definitely worth your money is the textured wall art. Now, textured wall art can mean many different things. It can mean you had some extra joint compound and you put it on a canvas, or you commissioned it and you had someone make you some really, really nice and interesting art. This includes paper mache art, smackle art, plaster art, art made out of any compound that just adds some texture. And that is something that will always, always, always be in fashion. And the reason for that being is that it adds a layer of detail that you just don't have elsewhere. Something that really distinguishes, basic design from really elevated design is the level of detail, because it is all in the details. And having textured art adds detail. So even if you have really basic pillow covers or you have a really basic rug, having that texture up on the wall is going to add so much dimension, so much visual interest, that it's going to instantly elevate your design. Another reason why I feel like these pieces of art are really timeless is that they come in very basic colors. So white, gray, black, beige, and all of these colors are going to tie your space together, because chances are you have white, beige, black, and gray somewhere in your space. You probably have those colors, so it's going to create some cohesion with that artwork, which is something we love. Chef's kiss, it's fantastic, and it's something that a lot of us forget to do. So that's why I absolutely adore textured wall art, and I think it's also going to be timeless, because not only can you DIY it and make it look great really affordably, but you can also buy it from artists and, get that status symbol of like a commissioned piece of art, right? And art is something that always is timeless, right? Whether it's, textured art or modernist art or, whatever type of art it is a status symbol. So no matter what, as time goes on, it is always trendy. It is always fashionable, because it kind of tells people about your story, where you've been, where you've traveled, and what matters to you. So that is the benefit there of art, but particularly textured wall art. Now this next one, you're gonna be like, what are you talking about? So the next item that is trendy that I think is worth your money is the tree. The tree, you're saying, Kiva, everyone has trees, they're just outside, just go look at one. Yes, but I'm talking about trees, bringing faux trees and real trees inside of the home. So people love trees now. So if you don't know who Kelly Wearstler is, she is an iconic designer, and she just has this tree in the middle of her home. She has a ficus tree that she craned into her home, and she was like, yeah, I did that. There was a tree in my house. Now, not all of us can have that, but having live greenery or fake greenery inside of our homes adds so much dimension. And the reason for that is that it fills up a lot of empty space. A lot of us have just like this weird empty space in the corner, and you don't really know what to do with it. You're like, should I put a lamp there? Should I put a book there? And the answer almost always is a plant. The other benefit of plants is that it helps to separate a space. So if you have an open concept, a plant is a really good way to segment it. Last but not least, plants are great because they add an extra pop of color. So some hue of green, that's really nice, because when we have really simple color palettes, we do need accent colors, and green is a phenomenal accent color that goes with almost every single design style. And it's really easy to do it because you just bring the tree in, right? There's no thought besides, what tree am I gonna get? Is it safe for my dog? Is it safe for my kids? And that is it. Now, I'm not just talking about real trees. That is obviously the preference, but faux trees as well. We just need to have that little pop of greenery to liven up the space. It's something that really can take a sterile place from a space that really feels really inviting and well put together. And that's something that we always want. Think about those luxury catalogs. You always see faux trees in CB2, Crate and Barrel, Bernhardt, Ethan Allen. You always are seeing trees in these spaces, and that's because you need to have trees in your spaces. So they're trendy right now, especially since people are like putting them on tables and you like can't see to the other side. But take those trees off your dining table and put them in your corners. Fill up some of that empty space. I promise you, it's really going to elevate your design, and it's something that's going to work for years to come. Now, if you don't have a green thumb, maybe don't get the real tree, because it might be worth your money, but if you can't keep it alive, it certainly isn't timeless, right? It is quite literally the opposite of that. So maybe invest in the faux tree, but the trend itself is evergreen. The next interior design trend that is worth your money is wallpaper, but not all wallpaper, just peel and stick wallpaper. So here on DIY with KB, I'm all about the practical. And I feel that putting up actual like glued wallpaper, it's not practical for most of us because we are indecisive, and that's okay. This is a safe place for indecisive people, right? So I am all about the peel and stick wallpaper, and I think it's worth the investment because you can stick it on and you can peel it off. The name is quite, it really tells the story here. But you can use that wallpaper in different parts of your home, in different parts of your design journey. And the reason why I like peel and stick wallpaper is because wallpaper in itself, it adds so much so much fun. It just makes a space feel fun, right? You can add colors, you can add textures, you can add patterns, you can add artwork, you can put a mural up on the wall, and you can do so without having to add a lot of other things. What I love about wallpaper is it adds all of that design up on the wall so that you don't have to have little tchotchkes everywhere, because I hate the clutter, I hate the mess, and the fact of the matter is people really struggle with styling, and this kind of prevents you from having to do a bunch of that. You just put wallpaper up on the wall. I'm talking about peel and stick wallpaper because we are indecisive, and it's really hard to remove wallpaper that you've glued on. You can't remove it and really put it somewhere else. You're kind of just gonna mess up the wall and have someone come in and fix it. With peel and stick wallpaper, if you get the right brands, you can just peel it off and use it in a different room. So maybe you have it in your living room and you don't like it after a few years, you can put it in your kids' room or in your powder room or something like that. And I absolutely love that because it is such a versatile product. So I actually think that peel and stick wallpaper is worth investing in, even if you're not a renter. Even if this is your home you own, peel and stick wallpaper can really work wonders. I also really love peel and stick wallpaper because it allows you to explore your design style. A lot of people don't have interior designers or interior stylists, right? So you don't have people to help you with the visualization. So that's why I really love wallpaper, because it helps you see what it is you want to see in your space to see if that's the direction you want to go in. So maybe you'll get some bee wallpaper to see if you're into that farmhouse thing. Maybe you'll get some checkered wallpaper to see if you're into the art deco, and put it all up on the wall. It's peel and stick, and you can really see if that design vision resonates with you. It's a great way in real time to see if that's the direction you want to go in. And that's something I feel like people don't ever talk about. And you can do that with peel and stick wallpaper, and you can do it super affordably. So this is something that I think is trendy and it's timeless, and it really takes every room to the very next level. Just think about those celebrity rooms. Every single celebrity right now, they have that wallpaper, and this is the reason why. The next trendy item that I think you should invest in is leather furniture. So leather furniture is sexy. It's just really sexy. You think of like a cigar lounge. I don't know why I'm calling that sexy because I hate smoke, but I really love leather furniture. It's comfy and it looks sophisticated, and it's something that you always really associate with like executive offices or something like that. So leather has always been in, and therefore that's another reason why I think it's worth buying into. If something has been in, it will continue to be in, right? So you're getting the best bang for your buck. Now, I'm not saying get a leather sofa that looks like the big comfy couch. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying maybe a Chesterfield, something like that. It looks extremely divine, and it's going to work no matter how your design style changes. So industrial, modern, traditional, contemporary, leather fits into all of those different categories, and the versatility of leather makes me really love it. The next trendy item that I think is worth spending your money on is the statement light fixture. Now, my beliefs on this have actually changed a lot recently. I used to be like, no way, you're not getting my money. I'm just gonna go on Amazon. And of course, Amazon has some great options, but I think that statement light fixtures can be worth the investment. I am not saying that they are worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. I'm not saying that, so don't quote me on that. But I'm saying if you find a pendant that's $500 or $1,000, it might be worth buying that as opposed to the one that is, $49.99 at Home Depot, right? The reason being for that is the quality is different and you're getting something that someone else doesn't have. But let's talk about why I think statement light fixtures are worth investing in. Well, they make a statement. They make a statement, right? And I think that our designs so frequently stop at like 6 feet. And I'm like, but what about the space between 6 feet and 9 feet, or 6 feet and 12 feet, depending upon how tall your ceilings are? People's spaces just stop, right? They just stop. And I'm like, did you forget about what's going on up there? Like, are you just refusing to look up? Sometimes I'm in denial and I don't want to look up. But our design styles stop at a certain height. And I think that statement lighting is a great way to carry it upwards with little effort, right? Choosing a light fixture is a lot easier than installing a bunch of wallpaper, installing some beams or something like that. And in the long run, it can actually be a lot more affordable. And it's something that you can kind of bundle into the price of your house when you sell it, or you can take it with you, right? If you're getting traditional wallpaper or you're installing beams, no one's like, oh, let me take my beam out of my house and take it with me when I move. No, that's wild. Please don't do that. But a light fixture is something that you can take with you. And I absolutely love that, so that you can get the value of that piece in this house, the next house, and the house after that. The next trendy item that I think is worth your money is smart home items. So smart homes have become really, really popular. And if you don't know what a smart home is, it just basically means having things like light bulbs or thermostats or just like tech that allows you to run your home more efficiently using your phone or your watch or something like that. And it's something that is trendy, but it is also really relevant with how, the times are moving along. And I think that this is something worth investing in because one, it increases the value of your home. So for the next person who moves in, they're going to love that you have that security system. They're going to love that you have those Philips Hue light bulbs because you're getting an experience that is different from what other people experience, right? Not everyone can turn, their living room into Saturday Night Fever, but I can, right? And your future buyer might want to be able to do that. Now, the second reason why you might consider this trendy piece of home decor is because it makes it a lot easier for you if you're traveling, if you have pets, if you're leaving your teenagers at home, right? Being able to see what's going on in your home, being able to regulate the temperature, for your pets, if it gets really cold or if it gets really hot, that's something that is very valuable. The last reason why I think you should invest in like smart features for your home is because it allows you to really, really highlight your decorative accents. So I've talked about this in video after video after video, and there's a good reason for that. But one way I like to use smart tech is for lighting, and that has to do with lighting shelves, right? So maybe I'll put LED light strips under all of my shelves, and it allows me to really draw attention to the vase that I found during my travels or a piece of art or something like that. Same thing goes, I can put my picture lights on the smart feature, right? So that I can actually time it so that it really, really highlights my artwork instead of my artwork just sitting up on the wall. It allows you to really highlight, I've said highlight like 100 times, but you can highlight all of the different portions of your home, because I think sometimes in the house we don't use lighting to our advantage. So we're looking at the space as a whole, but sometimes we want to call attention to the individual vignettes, and lighting is the way that you do so. And it's something that you can do very easily with smart lighting. The final trendy home decor item that I think is worth your money is the wooden dining table. Wooden dining tables, they look nice, right? I think that plastic dining tables, acrylic dining tables, marble dining tables, they're not the most functional. So plastic dining tables, they're really, really easy to scratch. And once you have a big scratch in there, it just looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in there, and like it's not nice for a dining table. Now, the problem with marble is that you can have a marble dining table and then you just all have to hold your food up here, like on your chest, because you can't actually eat at that table without staining it, because marble really easily stains and chips. So I love wooden dining tables because they add a ton of texture, right? Because it's wood. It has knots in it. It has the grain in it. You can paint it or stain it any color you want. So it has a story. It was something, it has a story in itself, even if it's not vintage, and it's very durable. Wood is just very durable, especially when you put a really, really good sealant on it, and you are pretty much good to go. And it works for every design style. I have a wooden dining table. My style is contemporary. I see bohemian people with wooden dining tables, modern traditional, even glam. Just go with a black dining table. Last but not least, before these wooden dining tables became very trendy, they were also fairly affordable as opposed to the other ones. You'd find the marble top coffee table dining tables for $3,000, $5,000. You can get a solid wooden dining table for like $800 most places. Maybe not this year, but next year, and at your local store, you can definitely do that. And it's going to be something that just works for years to come. It's timeless because it's not going to fall apart like everything else. So I love wooden dining tables. I'm going to encourage you to get one because no matter how your style changes, you can use it. And the best part is, if you get a black dining table and your style changes and black is not your color scheme, you can just sand it off and restain it, right? You're not going to sand down your plastic and restain it. That is not a thing people do, so please don't try it. Okay, you guys, that's it for today's video. Those were some trendy home decor and furniture items that I actually think are worth your money. Are they all timeless? No, but I think that they can be made to be timeless because you can finagle them all, and they're just really, really high quality things that work with an array of interior design styles. What trendy home decor and furniture items are you picking up? What do you think is timeless? What do you think is worth it? Let me know down in the comments. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram. And until next time, have a beautiful day.